Hey y'all, it is H.O.E season. Blow the whistle. Because we are at the premiere episode of Grow, Glow, and H.O.E Heal Over Everything podcast. Yeah. Friend, we are here.
Here. I'm at that
it's
level.
Excitement. Yeah, we are here. All the obstacles, the hiccups.
Yeah.
The naysays from
fear.
Ourselves. We are here.
The finances, like healing over everything, all that.
We are here.
Yeah,
so before we get started, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe, okay? Because we need y'all and y'all need us. Let's get into it, friend.
I'm really excited. Okay.
So because we were just talking about the hiccups, the obstacles, and all that, what lies do we tell ourselves to keep us from this moment right here? What lies do we allow to live rent-free in our head that keeps us from hoeing?
Let me first ask for the people in the audience, because they don't know our hoe means true. What our hoe means.
Yes.
So, because that's a great question, and I want to sit on that. But can you elaborate what hoe means and how it came about?
Yes. So for y'all who don't follow us, but you should be now because we asked you to what? Like, subscribe, and share. We met 2 years ago in a twerk cardio class. We were both going for different reasons. I was just going to learn how to twerk because I felt like I had a jerk motion, right? So, but little did we know that was going to be part of our healing journey.
Yeah.
And our relationship built from there. Hey, friend, can you record my dance so I can go and practice? Right? And then it just turned into conversation. Yeah. And H.O.E came about as we were discussing our own healing journeys and thinking of the negative connotations that word has with it. We wanted to flip it into something positive where we can still use the word, but we can relate it to something positive and help you all learn how to H.O.E, heal over everything.
Everything. Right. Everything. Yeah. And everything means something different to other people. Mm-hmm. Like your level of everything could be, oh, I just healed over that relationship.
Right.
Did you? Did you? Because your relationship is connected to your family generation. Mm-hmm. Your relationship is connected to your personal behavior, your friendships, your coworker relationships. Did you heal over that too? Right. Did you? So healing over everything is continual, which means this is a forever journey, and I'm excited to share it. I'm excited to be authentic with you. I'm more excited to heal over listen, I am the curse and sailor. Let me just get that out the way now, because we can do that on the YouTube channel. Mm-hmm. Like I can drop that. Yeah. Healing over all this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to heal over shit 1, shit 2, and shit 3. And when I feel like I hit that milestone, I realize I just cracked open a whole new world. Mm-hmm. So now I'm getting ready to heal over something else.
That's important to note, that healing is a continuous journey, right? It doesn't, like you don't graduate. When you get your degree, you move on, right? No, it's every day. It's constant. It's in every aspect. Healing over relationships, healing over friendships, healing over bad financial decisions, healing over raising these children that are now grown and they need to be hoeing as well.
They need to be hoeing?
Just healing over all of that. Yeah. So, I think when we think of it being a continuous process, that's how we get to lies that we tell ourselves. Yeah. That keeps us from healing. Yeah. Or keeps us from wanting to keep going.
Yeah. On that. You're not being honest with yourself.
Right.
Until you realize or say out loud the lies we tell ourselves, because you're including yourself in knowing you've told yourself a bunch of lies to get where you are today, where you probably have already healed for some things. But with the continual role that you're going to be on, you'll tell yourself another lie until you realize the lie I told myself.
Right. I think of lies I told myself. One is that I'm not worth it. And I can't really remember who or what planted that in my spirit, but I know it was from a young age. And it was something that I know I never thought I needed to heal over, because I didn't even recognize that it was a lie that was planted in my young spirit. Mm-hmm. So thinking of I'm not worth it, thinking of I'm not enough, And then I look at where we are today. I'm a whole author, y'all.
Touch that book.
You know, here we go. We're doing this podcast together.
Yeah.
I'm educated. I have degrees. Yes, I was a teen mom. But thinking of getting over that lie, I think has been the biggest obstacle for me. It's reprogramming my mind to think the opposite of what I've always thought.
Yes.
What I've always not even been told, but just always told myself.
Yeah.
No, you don't have that bachelor's degree, so you're not enough. Then I get the degree. No, now you don't have a master's, so you're not enough. So then I get that degree. Well, no, now you're not a homeowner. So then I go buy a house. Like, I'm constantly beating myself up when I'm only in competition with myself.
Girl. Because when you're on the podium, I don't care if you playing in doubles, you might share that podium with someone, but you stand alone in your own shoes. So when you receive your award, they put it over each person's neck. They don't have a one trophy, they give it individually. So all the things that you've accomplished, your awards have been received because of the accomplishment and the idea that you weren't valuable. Right. And when receiving those, it's just taught, trained, and thought.
Yeah. You know, also thinking of, I can't do it. So not only am I not enough, but now it's like, oh, I can't do that. I don't have any idea how to do a podcast, girl. Why would you want to do it with me? I can't do that. But we here.
Period.
Period, boo. We here. You know? So you just think of, do I have a sense of purpose?
Yeah.
Yes, you do. Just because you don't know what it is yet, we were all born with some type of gift. We were all born with something that God put in us to contribute and be of value in this world.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm 100% agreeing to that. For my purpose of the lights, I tell myself what I'm healing over. My current journey, because it's changed. Like I started twerking. I started going to twerk because I just got back from Ghana for the second time. And I went in already in a trauma bonded relationship, already with emotional traumas from being a single parent and then watching my child grow into an adult male now who's 25 and see him navigate this world while I'm trying to now live in the world that I'm creating for myself. Because as a young parent, I was raising him while I was growing. So some things are a blur, not my 20s because they were lit. Let me be clear. Like if I could relive
for a different reason at that point.
Okay. If I could relive any decade, it would be the 20s. I don't need to go back to high school. It was great. I still got great relationships. I don't need to go back to my 30s. I don't remember them because it was such depression in that space. But in my 20s, girl, I didn't care. And when I say I didn't care to please other people, and I lived the most authentic life. Like, yeah, I was young, but I have wonderful family that supported me as a young parent. Excuse me. I have a great sense on my head on my shoulders. So I stayed confident in who I was. Oftentimes, especially in entertainment, my friend and I, we would go to Hollywood all the time. Like we didn't party with the locals, we partied with celebrities. And it took a while to break even that because I was dark skinned. Oh. Like that's a whole nother conversation.
Listen, that's another lie.
That's another lie. So even in those barriers of colorism in my own community, I still will go back to my 20s because I found a way how to break through and navigate those spaces to where now what I'm finding myself healing over is generational behaviors that were exacerbated out of a long-term relationship. And more importantly, what I perpetuated from what I picked up and thought was acceptable because I saw it in other women, more importantly, Black women.
Right. So while we keep this going, y'all type in the chat, the comments section, some lies that you've told yourself about yourself. Put that. And don't forget to what? Like, subscribe, and share. But your journey, mine was the opposite. I was a teen mom. So my 20s were not lit because I had him at 18. I'm trying to figure out myself and, figure all this out. So my 20s were not as lit as I would have, hoped. My 30s was me trying to figure it out. Now my 40s are kind of similar to what you just described as your 20s. I feel lit now. I don't really care what people are thinking about me. I'm able to kind of move around. He's going to be 24. So I done raised this successful young Black male, as you said. Yeah. So now in my 40s, I can be more lit. I can be more authentically myself without having to worry about what they going to say. Especially when we talk about the church folks. Again, another topic. But when we start thinking about the people that we have let shape and influence us and speak over us, now in my 40s, it's I don't really care. I'm here. And you're gonna get all of this. If I want to give it big, if I want to give it little, if I don't feel like showing up 100%, you're gonna get whatever I give you.
You said it earlier. When you go low, I go Chris Brown, okay? Like, that's what you're getting from me these days. You either getting Michelle or Chris. There's no in between.
There is no in between.
Yeah. And I'm only going high for one time. You only got one in me.
Take me to the king. Like, those are the two ways. Listen, I understand. No, I get it. So when we think about the lies we've told ourselves, how do we take that and turn it into celebrating ourselves?
Therapy. So I just recently switched over from a female therapist, minority Black woman, to a Black male therapist. Ooh. And when I tell you I love it, right? Because out the gate, going to therapy with a Black woman, I wanted to feel validated. I wanted to feel heard. I wanted to share my, and also have that sister feel of it's okay. Yeah. From another woman, especially a woman who looked like me, not just any woman. And what I learned was I got to heal over some things. But now I'm at the journey of I'm healing over one component is the relationship I was in of 13 years off and on. And I realized I've never dated. Yeah, my 20s was lit, but I wasn't dating. And in fact, I wasn't settling down. See? My tagline was, for what? Like, I'm 20. I just had a child. You know what I'm saying? Like, you either going to make me a wife or a baby mama. There's no in between. And I'm not being somebody else's baby mother. And I'm not ready for the responsibilities of being a wife, because then that means I have to commit to these vows when in fact I'm still exploring and trying to figure out life the way that I want to.
Hold on, friend. Being honest with yourself on where you are. Yeah. That's another, because society tells us you need to be ready for this at this age. And if you don't have this by this age, then you're not going to get it. But being honest with yourself that I'm not here. You're not going to have me down at the bottom of the barrel, but I'm also not ready to be here yet. That was good. Yeah.
Thank you. Because I wasn't. Yeah. And society also will have you saying or thinking, especially oftentimes when you look on social media, men of color will make it seem like, oh, you're in your 40s now. See, you should have settled back then. Now nobody want to be with you, or now you want to settle down. And no, had I got what I wanted, which was a ring. I didn't say the relationship or healthy living. I said a ring. Had that, my ex gave me the ring in my late 20s, early 30s, I would be here and even worse. Because he wouldn't have been marrying the authentic version of me. I didn't know who I was. Right. He would not have stayed as long as he did, because why would he have to? I would have really be like, oh, got him. Where you going? We married now. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm so glad that in my 20s, I was more self-aware about what I wanted. That when I got late 20s, early 30s, and then my entire 30s, now family kick in. Now, oh, well, you guys been together for a minute. When y'all gonna get married? When y'all gonna this? Yeah. And now I'm like, I'm a size 6.5. Right. And he looking at me like, and that means what? Yeah.
Yeah. In your shoes?
In my shoes.
Because I'm planning on buying you no ring. But
I used to leave notes. I would leave. Girl, I went to not Daniels, but whatever.
Jared.
Okay. And I had them to size me for a ring. And they put my size on the card, and I put in his gym bag. And 3 weeks later, when I looked at his gym bag, it was still there. That man wasn't trying to marry me.
See?
We'll talk about that later.
And the lie you told yourself. Yeah. That he was.
And he stuck around. Yeah. But I ain't getting no ring. Yeah, again. That's the part of the whole that is so important for me.
Chasing after what we think we want versus what we need. Yeah. Because that's good too. knowing what we need is more important. I have plenty of married friends, and one of them told me, like her husband wasn't her initial type of what she used to always go for, but here they are 20 years later married. He was who she needed. And I think that's important too, to recognize what we want versus what we need. That package might not show up wrapped how you want it to look, but that may be the best package FedEx ever dropped off at your doorstep.
Facts. That was the point from going to the black male therapist, was switching to a male therapist now is because I'm ready to authentically go back into the dating world. But every time I dip my toe in the water just a little bit, I run into the crazies. I get anxiety. It's something that's always brought to my attention. And now that I'm learning to listen to myself, I remove myself. And the person could be great, but I'm not ready.
Right.
And I felt like in order for me to get ready, because I know that I need to learn how to not speak to a man. I'm very aware about behavior, but I want to be sure that I hear what they're saying and respond in a way where they can hear me and feel like that connection of a person versus just, here's another one. So transferring to a black male therapist, I'm learning how to speak to a man, how to listen to a man, how to be validated because he validates me too, just like the woman did.
Right.
If I told him I told my therapist this last week, I'm ready to get flued out. I think I've been doing my work. I'm ready to get flued out.
You ready to be flued out and hoe, okay?
And he started laughing and told me, you deserve it. Yeah. What man tells you you deserve it? So I'm dating my therapist right now. He don't even know it. Like, we in a whole relationship that I'm paying him to be in.
Real bad.
We go together real bad. I'm paying this man to be my man for an hour.
Right. Because you probably got a whole wife at home.
You know what I'm saying?
But yeah.
I'm dating my therapist. I'm going to tell him too.
Yeah.
I mean, not like that, but you know what I mean?
Right. Well, even speaking of therapy, right? You could be in therapy and be hoeing and healing and glowing and growing and all the things, and you'll still find lies to tell yourself in therapy.
Yeah.
That this is a waste of time. This is a waste of money. I could talk to my homegirls. I could talk to my homeboys. I don't really need you. Not even realizing that you're talking yourself out of a whole blessing of what's on the other side.
Or I ain't gonna tell them that.
Still trying to keep the mask and the lies that you've told yourself, still trying to keep them present in the forefront.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of people, and I know I was one of them, that will go to therapy and not even tell that whole story. And then like, stupid, you wasting your time, their time, and your money by not even being 100% authentic. Not even. Because that's like going to the doctor for a headache, but you're talking about your foot hurting. And you're not even telling them about the headache. So they can't even help you and prescribe what's needed for what's really wrong. You know? So even lies on how you show up in front of others is a lie that you may tell yourself.
Yeah. I mean, we'll go into, we have so many episodes to come in. Well, family will be on the list. But one of the lies, I said it earlier, but one of the lies I found myself telling were now today's, because I'm in this newfound healing of family dynamics. So I'm really building in that space. That blood is thicker than water. Yeah, I think I said it earlier. Sure it is, but blood clots. You can die of a blood clot just as much as you can drowning in a pool of water.
Offer and play for that word.
Yeah, I mean,
blood clots too.
Blood is thicker than water. What does that mean?
Right.
Again, things that I learned from my ex, and we'll talk about that soon. But he used to tell me all the time, "What does that mean?"
Right.
So now I ask the question to things that you have to ask yourself. What does that mean that blood is thicker than water? Does that mean I'm supposed to continue to accept it because it's family? And then I'm supposed to relinquish someone who may hurt me or who's there for me more than maybe family is because it hurts your feelings? So because they're water? Like, what are you asking of me when you make statements in those scenarios of blood is thicker than water? Because I just got that.
So the lies that we tell ourselves in that situation is that because it's family, we have to just deal with it.
Yeah.
Let them treat us however they want. Let them talk to us however just because it's family or friends or, anybody who we're in close relationship with.
Yeah.
So I think, that goes with the lies we tell ourselves is that we have to condone or accept certain behaviors because of whoever the other person is or what place they have in our life.
Yeah.
Instead of recognizing, no, that's still disrespect. That's still mistreatment. That's still bad behavior.
Yeah. It's still all
and
of it.
We still deserve more. Like your therapist said, you deserve to be flued out. You deserve to be treated in the manner in which you've been treating yourself.
Yes. I date me well. I date me well.
You dating your therapist well too.
Okay, he don't even know. Like, there's no other attraction other than the fact that man validates me. So every week or every other week, or however often we meet, I show up ready to swipe that card, but also be told what to do by a man, because he's telling me things from the benefit of my personal growth. So when I'm there, I'm listening intently, like, how do I want to be talked to from another person? Specifically a Black man who's courting me. How soft do I want the tone to be? How stern do I want him to be? Because I'm the type of person, you don't have to yell at me. But if you go into yelling, what does that mean? Now I have to look at that. So you're going to say something.
No, go ahead.
So all those reasons, I just feel like the lie I told myself was that I was content in being in a relationship with a man who was in relations with everybody, including me. And that as long as I was okay for the time that I had the time, then he could do whatever he wanted. Because I got things on my plate. I got a business to run. I got family. I got friends. You know what I'm saying? But in reality, I like being home. I'm a Netflix and chill kind of girl. And I would avoid that if I didn't have the companionship, because now I'm reminded that I don't have the companionship to do something that I genuinely like doing. Girl, I'm in my spirit. Go on.
Now, fellas, this is not just for the ladies. What lies have you told yourself, men, even in relationship with women, in relationships with your, brothers, your male friends, at work? Hopefully, our brothers, we're getting in therapy and healing over everything in that. But what lies have you told yourself? Maybe it's what you think a woman wants, and you're projecting, what you think a woman wants rather than what she may be telling you. Fellas, drop that in the chat. What lies have you told yourself? Hey guys, so I know I mentioned I was an author, but let me give you just a little something about the beauty in the breakdown. I wrote it in 2020 during the pandemic. God gave me this word, and basically it's just snippets of my story. Not my full autobiography or anything like that, but just snippets from the path that God has had me on, the different obstacles I've had to overcome to get to where I am, and reminding myself that even in breakdown, even in stress, even in times of trouble, there's still beauty. God can still bring something beautiful out of the breakdown. So make sure you head over to Amazon, The Beauty in the Breakdown, get your copy today, and go ahead and grow, glow, and heal over everything with us with this book.
Let's go, ho. In the comments, put let's go, ho.
Let's go, ho. Nakia, I think it's important to, know as well that even though we're in therapy, even though we're working on healing over everything and hoeing, right? Again, that every day we get up, we're choosing to be on that journey, Because I know for me, every day I wake up, some lies are in my head. As far as what I'm going to meet in that day, trying to launch businesses, trying to, be this friend, trying to be this soror, trying to be this girlfriend, trying to be this daughter, this mother. I can come up with 100 lies a day that I could tell myself. And how do we quiet those voices? Or not even quiet them, but maybe how do we control them so that they're not driving you? You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, like controlling your thoughts, your day, yeah. It's difficult because it changes for me.
Yeah.
So like for me, some days I am on my computer 20 hours out of the day. Because if I overwork or I focus on projects that I have going on, then I'm literally on the computer. So I don't have time to think about nothing else because I'm focusing on the task. Other days I come home and I'm literally on this couch or just laid out. Like,
that's all I got today.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Other days I'm in my spirit.
Right.
Look that up.
Shout out 420.
I'm in my spirit. And then I'm forced to now sit and think. And when I think, I produce my best when I think in my spirit.
Right. Now you just said something, sitting and having to force yourself to sit in that.
Yeah.
And I remember hearing, and I forget who it was at the time, but I remember hearing a lady say, like, sometimes you have to sit in your mess, whether it's mess you created or mess others created that kind of, just sucked you in. But sometimes you have to sit in that mess. Sometimes you have to sit in that pain. Sometimes you have to sit in that dysfunction before you can come out of it.
Sorry, girl.
Yeah.
If I had shoes, I'd throw them at you right now. Yeah.
But sometimes you have to sit. And I know for me, sometimes those voices get so loud and it gets so dark. And I just will feel like there's nowhere to go. And it's in that very last moment. And again, it's not about religion, more about relationship. But it's in that moment where God finally, I can hear him. But it's because I stopped moving. I stopped controlling. I stopped trying to quiet it. I stopped trying to, make it sound like, look like, talk like, walk like what I wanted to.
Yeah.
And I get so quiet that finally I can hear that clear voice helping me to come out of that tunnel or that cave or that hole that I'm in.
Yes.
So being comfortable with the uncomfortability of that silence, of that sitting still.
Yes. Yes. Girl, what I tell you, if I knew how to crip walk, I would get up and do it. So I got the upper body, but the lower body is
not matching.
It's river dance. But I'm working on it. I'm going to take a twerk and crip class.
Right.
So you were so right. I could tell you I learned how to sit in something and the value with the person that I was dating for the amount of time, right? The person I was in relationship with. I taught myself at some point, stop going back. Just sit in it. Don't leave. Yeah. What? He walked in here with another woman. Well, where you, girl? This, we got episodes because
there's no judgment.
Some things that I'm so willing to share now. Yeah. So not about him. I'm hoeing. I'm healing. It doesn't sting anymore. If anything stings, it's me healing over me at this point, not what happened. It's just breathing through it. I learned to sit in that relationship until I couldn't.
Right.
So now that I realized I can't and I haven't for quite some time, it's easier not to go back. Because now I'm like, no, you're genuinely done.
Yeah.
And that trained me for my family currently.
Ooh, yes.
This is our podcast. So what I say is just going to be true and authentic because it's to our healing. And I'm very clear that my intent in this life and commodity that I'm realizing is a gift from God is healing.
Right.
That's the commodity, not money, not even love, because you love.
Right.
Regardless. You could love the person you just did something to. There's a passion in there. But my commodity is healing right now. And I am learning to heal over my own family. Like I am the second oldest, the middle child. My brother's the oldest.
Okay.
But I'm treated as the oldest because of some conditional challenges my brother has. And being the oldest, treating like that, but being the oldest girl and having a younger sister, for years, I was taught directly and indirectly, take care of your sister, take care of your sister. And it became such a automatic thing that I overextend. And I'm working on that now, is overextending myself.
Yeah.
Right? I would hurt myself financially just to help somebody else. That's not good. And that's not admirable the way that it was being presented. So for my sister, who is my really good friend, it's a challenge for me to set boundaries for her and stick to them. But because I had the training with the person that I was dating, that I learned to sit in his shit, our shit, my shit, until I couldn't no more, that it prepared me for the current boundary that I'm implementing because I said, I'm tired of sitting in your shit too. I'm tired of sitting in the shit that I help you with, the shit that you press upon me, and the shit that's not even communicated from family because it's pressed upon me without them saying, if you don't do it, who else will do it? Versus rather, or them saying currently is, well, you never know, you could be in that situation. Again, what does that mean? So when I say no, now my no means nothing.
Yeah.
So the lie that I used to tell myself was, I don't have the right to speak my truth. And my truth is, I am overlooked oftentimes by my family because I'm held as someone who can figure it out.
Right.
When in fact, I am in search of someone who's ready to figure it out on my behalf.
Right.
That's what I'm being prepared for.
So what I heard from that as far as how it relates to me is the lie I told myself was, I'm selfish. Blow the whistle. 911.
Right.
But I'm selfish if I don't show up for them how they need.
Yes.
Rather than understanding it's selfless because I'm doing what's best for me in the moment. Doesn't mean I love you any less. Doesn't mean I don't care about what we or you are going. I don't care about your shit, my shit. It doesn't mean that I don't care. It just means in that moment, I need to show up for me in a different way.
Yes.
And if I'm not well taken care of by self first, then I can't show up for you. Like you said, I can't be drowning trying to help you because then we both gonna die.
Come on.
So if I'm not helping myself swim on this boat, I can't pull you up on the boat as well. I think about Titanic, baby. Now Rose could have pulled Jack up on that big old board. Now Rose could have pulled Jack up. But in the moment, Rose was like, hey, it's only enough room for me right here. I can't do it. I love you, Jack.
Yes.
Never let go. And all the things.
Meanwhile, he didn't until he did. Life.
But
the analogy.
Rose couldn't, she just couldn't pull him up. Whether it was she didn't have the strength, whether it was not enough room, she just couldn't do it. And if she would have forced herself to do it, they both would have toppled over. So was it selfish? You know what I mean? Or was that her showing up for herself, still honoring that, okay, you need me, but I can't give it to you right now.
Yeah.
Jack.
I don't think family understands. And again, I'm going to go back to your topic of the lies we tell ourselves. The lie we tell ourselves, again, is for me, is blood is thicker than water. Right. And that doesn't mean continual. It doesn't mean endless. It just means in the moment. And in the moment, in therapy, I learned whatever feels right for your healing, whatever is going to help you advance, whatever is going to save you from the opposite of what you're trying to run away from. Like, I know what depression looks like, having been extremely depressed, going through a hardship.
Right.
And so when I feel how I'm reminded how I used to feel, that's a trigger for me because then I know what comes after that.
Right.
But I also know the work that it took for me to get out of it.
Right.
I know the work that it took for me to stay out of it. And if I feel like that's being compromised, I don't care who you are, sister, mama, granny, like all y'all can get the running. Like, I can't have you in my space. Right. And if you feel like blood is thicker than water, even when I tell you you're now asking me to choose between you or me. And that's what it comes down to. Yeah. And if you want me to choose you, then nobody chooses me.
Right. And now I'm in the space of choosing me over everything.
Yes.
Now I'm in the space of, now it really is selfish, but it's selfish with an agenda. It's selfish with a purpose. I'm not just being selfish because, I don't care, or I don't like you, or want you to drown, but it's selfish with an agenda because now, like you said, you're putting me in a position where I have to choose your well-being over mine.
Over mine. And my well-being may look like this to you, but it is emotionally connected to me like this. So you can't see the clutter that I'm sitting in because you can't see it. You might see space. I don't see that.
Right.
I see less than 30 days for me to get my shit together or else I'm going to fall into this depression. I see me focusing on the Peloton that I just bought. I see me getting outside, taking a longer walk or going for a walk intentionally without doing it just to be away from the house rather than to go outside, get some air and come back and still enjoy my space. Like, people don't think beyond what they see because one, either they haven't learned, they weren't taught, or they're not ready. But when you do, I feel like you are now taking the intention to work towards your healing. Right. So you could be intentional about how you interact to others.
Right. And we're talking about like personal relationships, but this carries over into the workplace as well. The lies we tell ourselves in our careers or our professional life.
Yeah.
I need this paycheck, so I have to stay here and endure this treatment. I need these health benefits, so however they treat me as a Black woman, I just have to deal with for this good old Kaiser care or whatever it may be, right? Showing up for ourselves in every aspect of our life.
Yeah.
Especially, or not even especially, but including professional spaces. And not even just the workplace, but even our professional networks.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah.
Showing up for ourselves, right? You know, showing up for ourselves in our professional networks. And again, not being mistreated or taken advantage of, and knowing our worth, knowing our value that we bring to this team or this project or this business venture. You know what I mean? I think one reason, because there's so many, why our dynamic works and how Grow, Glow, and H.O.E. Came about and will be successful. Let's go ahead and put that in the atmosphere. Is that we both recognize the different value we both bring. We play off of each other's strengths. We show up for each other in the areas of, I won't say weakness, but in the areas of improvement. We show up, so
come on, grammar. It's grammar friend.
Grammar police go home and show up. But yeah, I think when you recognize what you need and not being afraid to say that in itself provides a value.
Yes.
It's no longer telling yourself the lie of, I can be all things, I'm every woman, Shaka Khan. But yeah, I am every woman with these limitations.
Yes.
So let me go get another every woman that can fill in where I'm a little, dusty over here.
Yes.
And I can make her shine in these areas over here.
Yes.
So the lies we tell ourselves when it comes to women connecting.
Yes.
And because, we got mean girls who host empowerment brunches and
girl, that's a whole nother episode. Check your references before you start going to these events. When COVID hit, prior to COVID, I would network. Like if I like something, I go 10 in. Right. One, I'm an Aquarius. I want to make sure that it's valuable. And if it is, I'm like, oh, the world should know.
Right.
And so being in these networking circles was great because I'm building my business, I'm networking, I'm getting accolades, and all those things are great. But when COVID hit, it shut it all down. And now it's like
in the house board in the house and in the house board.
In the house board, right? And that vibrational reset for me that happened was I realized some of these women are phenomenal. Some of these women I don't like. Some of these women have never supported me while they just wanted my visual presence because online prior to COVID, I was so active. I can be in the street and someone say, hey, darling Nikki, So even having my person in your space brought value to some areas. And I'm not saying any of that was bad. What I'm saying is I learned that once I was able to get back and decide the type of network I want to be around, I realized it wasn't business. I don't operate in business networking spaces anymore. I go seek out specific environments that I can tap into and then I leave. But I'm no longer sitting in a networking environment where I'm now part of the clique.
Yes.
Because it might be valuable for other people, but for me, it's not where I'm best suited.
It has to feed you.
Yeah, it doesn't feed me.
Yeah.
I was on LinkedIn last year around this time.
Okay.
And I found a national organization and I absolutely love the pictures where I said, oh, I want to be in that.
Part of that.
Right. So it was Black Girl Social Club. I said, oh, I want to be a part of that. I want to be in the pictures. And so I joined and immediately that summer last year, I was in the pictures. I've cultivated great relationships. And now I'm in the season of, I don't have to show up for every event because I don't want to be a regular. I want to feel like I was missed.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And I feel that way every time anyway, but I want to miss too.
Yeah. And not just showing up just because that's expected.
Yeah.
You know, oh, they're having an event or a meeting, so I'm expected to be there.
Yes.
But yes, authentically and genuinely showing up so that you can enjoy the energy that's out there.
Yeah.
And that they're getting a good version of you in that time. We won't even say the best version because I feel like the best is always yet to come.
Yes.
Because each day, each, you know, season we're in, we become our best selves, reinvented each time. But yeah, being able to show up authentically and enjoying it and not feeling forced.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
That's another lie. Showing up to stuff because people expect us to.
Yeah.
And being afraid to say no.
Being afraid to say no.
I don't feel like it. I just want to lay here and be ugly in peace with my bonnet on.
Be ugly in peace and happy ugly.
And right.
Like ugly face, ugly. Everybody got a face where you know it's an ugly face. And you put that face on when you know you like, it's an ugly day.
Yeah.
But it's a beautiful day.
Right. But being okay to say no. I'm not feeling it today. I know I said I would come to the brunch, friend, but I just want to lay down.
Yes.
You know, I think we constantly tell ourselves we have to go, we have to be, we have to show up, we have to do it. And you don't.
No, you don't.
And you don't.
It's you don't have to answer your phone. I have gotten in the space and the habit of keeping my ringer off. I respond when I respond. Right. If you don't get my text in a timely manner, it's because I wasn't ready to respond.
Right.
It ain't even about you, but that's my phone.
Right.
That's my bill. Don't check me over how often or how quick. Like,
who's gonna check me, boo?
Right. I'll send you the bill. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, we have given so much of ourselves away. We can't even post on social media without someone saying, ooh, was that about such and such? If I got beef, I'll call you. Like, I ain't the type to do it on social media. Yeah. I will bring it to you because I'm not confrontational. We
don't have to do a diss rap. Yep. We'll just tell you about yourself.
Okay. Don't make me pull that line. You know what I'm saying? So I think that we've gotten so comfortable. People have gotten so comfortable with the audacity. That's my thing for 2024.
The audacity is high.
The audacity.
2024, if we think about it.
It is an all-time high. You got the audacity to think that you have the right to govern my body.
Right.
You have the audacity to think that you have the right to tell me who, how, or when. Or if you can even be in my presence. You don't have the right to do anything. I am my own entity. But it's the audacity that people have that is such at a high that I'm starting to be more self-reflective to find out where my audacity lies. Because that's not the best part of me, I think.
And becoming more aware when audacity is present. Because I know for me, I couldn't recognize audacity 10 years ago.
No. Girl, you was full audacity.
Full on in the audacity space of others and of myself. Because the audacity of me to think I'm not worth it.
Yes. Audacity.
So, you know, that's a good point. And it's at a high with self and with others.
Yeah.
And so shutting those lies down is going to be beneficial to your whole season.
Right. You have the right to say no. Saying no to you means saying yes to me. Saying yes to you may say no to me. At what point do you tell yourself no? Because when you tell yourself no, you are saying, I don't deserve, I don't require, I don't need, and everybody needs something at the end of the day. You might need time.
Right.
I know what I need. Again, why I got a male therapist, because I'm in the space now where my business is going to build regardless.
Yes.
Because it's godsend.
Yes.
It's philanthropy.
Yes.
It's what it's my spirit. My job is going to thrive because I absolutely love where I work. I love the people I work with, and they're amazing.
Right.
So there's no complaint there. My family dynamics will work because I'm setting the tone and the boundary of how I want to be treated. And I'm teaching my son how to do the same thing. But I don't have the conversation for a relationship because I was never taught how to vet anyone because I wasn't vetting myself first. And now that I've been vetting myself for so long, I'm ready to get that certificate of completion for this level. So
it's like Angry Birds level. You got to unlock it.
Right. I've unlocked this level. Yeah. When you could say something about your family, I feel like that's a level that's unlocked.
Yes.
So I'm ready to bring in the relationship and be courted the way that I genuinely want to because I'm ready to respond in a healthier way.
Right. So what are y'all ready for? What are y'all ready for? What level, again, put it in the comments. What level are y'all ready for to unlock and move yourself into your next H.O.E season?
Right. It could be your hoe too. Like, don't limit that. We ain't got on that episode how to hoe when you hoeing.
Right. How to hoe when you home.
Girl. Told you my 20s was lit.
Listen, that sounds like a good time.
When I look back, I be like, ooh, child.
Right.
714-605.
Different area codes. Okay. She about to tell all her little tea on it. So excited to be here with you. I feel like we need to celebrate this win, this day, this April 22nd, 2024.
2024.
I know. But I feel like we need to celebrate the different levels. I feel like we need to celebrate even the low levels.
Yeah.
That feel like
chillins. The chillin circuit.
The chillins are the bottom of the barrel. I'm sorry for all
low
y'all
level.
that eat chillins, but that's the bottom of the barrel, right?
Who's in the chillin
But
circuit?
needing to still celebrate starting from the bottom.
Yeah.
Now we're here.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, so.
Come on, rapping friend.
Now that we've gotten past the lies that we've told ourselves and we've called them out, working through them, we're hoeing through them, how do we celebrate us? I want to celebrate you, Fran, for your transparency. I want to celebrate you for the vulnerability of the space you're still navigating, but you still are showing up. And you still are being honest with, not today, friend. I don't want to talk today, but I'll be back tomorrow. But you're honest in what you need, what you're able to give, what you're able to provide in the moment. So I want to celebrate you.
Oh.
Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey, girl. Hey.
Celebrate you for being you and for being you unapologetically. Even if that's, I'm turning my ringer off. Do not call me. I'm not your in case of emergency person because I'm not going to answer. Because I'm in my spirit. I'm in my feelings. I'm doing what I want to do, which is Netflix and chilling.
Yes.
So I celebrate you for overcoming every lie you've ever told yourself, even the ones that are coming, because again, it's a continuous journey.
Yeah.
But you're doing your work and you're looking beautiful while you do it.
Come on with my chakra color. Come on, chakra colors.
So I'm celebrating you, friend. Yes. Love it.
Okay, so the question was, how do we celebrate?
How are you celebrating yourself? In spite of the lies you tell.
I do whatever I feel like doing. If I feel like I'm not cleaning this place, I can't wait to bring Tiffany back up in here so she can run that mop.
Right.
I'm getting her on here second week of May. I celebrate not exercising. If I don't feel like it, girl, that Peloton will see no action. None. Okay.
With the shoes still stuck in the pedals, by the way.
Right.
That was me too. It's okay.
I celebrate by buying shoes. Right. I love to buy pretty shoes.
Okay.
I celebrate however I feel these days. I stopped telling myself I can't afford it because when I come in here, I always look around and go, I bought everything up in here and I ain't got nothing. Girl, you lying to yourself. Right. Yes, you do.
Yeah.
You. So yes, whatever I feel like doing, I do it. And then the Lord just take care of the rest because I don't want for nothing these days.
Ooh. Now that's a word because he's going to supply every need.
And my need just be, I just need $100 for this. I don't need nothing.
Or not even monetary.
Yeah.
Lord, I just need a minute.
Yeah.
I just need a break.
I just need a break.
I just need a good girlfriend to come on by and tell me she understands what I'm going through, or someone to help me feel seen.
Yeah.
I just need a good show to come on. Like,
This weekend, I was at home by myself. I watched the Upshaws because I absolutely love the Upshaws.
Yes.
You know, and I was in my spirit the whole weekend.
And it just lets you be. You can be that.
Oh, it was the best self. Not even care. It was self-evaluation, self-care, it was so much self happening that I celebrated me for saying no for some certain things. And you know when you feel good because you start smiling at yourself and congratulating yourself. Like, I knew I could do it. I'm proud of you, girl.
I knew we was going to get here.
I knew we was going to get here.
I knew that in spite of all the hiccups, the obstacles, the things the enemy threw in our way to keep this from happening, I knew we was going to get here. And we were going to get here at the appointed time, the right space, the right person, the right team, the right everything. We were going to get here.
Yeah.
But we told ourselves those lies. And now we can celebrate us because we're here. And y'all are here. And we thank you guys for being here. We ask again, please like, share, subscribe to this so we can bring you many more episodes.
Yes. And please know that everything that's being said, number one, is not rehearsed. It's conversations that we've been wanting to say or have, but we're like, oh, we can't talk about it yet. We can't unleash our true feelings because we have to wait. And so now I feel like it's been bottlenecking for over 30 days. I'm so glad to be here with you because I feel like the space is safe. Two, it's inviting to be able to be validated.
Right.
And it's safer to do so when you know a person is not going to respond with, yeah, but, or, well, did you think about it this way too? When you've already exhausted those thoughts. So I thank you, not just for your presence, but for your vibrational energy. Because had your energy been different, this wouldn't be this. Yeah. Had my energy been different, this wouldn't be this.
Yeah.
So, twerking with you and getting to know you and both of us getting there early just to sit in our cars.
Right. Turned into this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you, your authentic behavior, the audacity that you carry. You know what I'm saying? That don't get me wrong, Talitha is very kind. Okay, let me put my anchor voice on.
Disclaimer.
Talitha, Vernell will be like, girl, you always doing your hair Mariah Carey style. So let me be Mariah Carey for a second.
Right.
So my friend is very kind. Let's be clear, right? She has such a voice that is powerful, yet it's very, it's fine. It's fine.
Because it is fine.
It's fine, right? But be clear, when I recognize, oh, I fucks with her is when I realize she's also a thug. And I'm like, girl, you are. Do I hear some hood? Okay,
Quick
rich
walking
friend.
class is loading in 5.
So I'm just saying the levels.
Yes.
When you can see a person's level, you know they're not faking because they're not one thing and nobody's one thing.
Right.
So I get to see who you are by your behavior, by your language, by your energy, by your response, and then also by your transparency. And I so appreciate it. It makes this even more exciting.
Yes.
So
it's exhausting to show up and be someone other than yourself. So if you just show up and be you and let people show up and be them, it just naturally gels.
Yeah.
And we find ourselves here on the Grow, Glow, and H.O.E podcast. So heal over everything. We'll see y'all next time.
See you next time.
Bye.